Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but he came to teach us how to understand Krishna. He came as a bhakta, as a devotee, though he is Bhagavan. Bhakta bhav. Krishna came 5,000 years ago in his own swarup. He taught this Bhagavad Gita, gave his message through Arjuna to all human beings, mankind. Because Srudam Sarvabhutanam is the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. He gave confidential, more confidential, most confidential instructions through Arjuna to all human beings, all people. But after winding up his Leela here in Dwapar Yuga, when he went back to his abode, Krishna looked there. He thinks, I gave everything. Confidential, more confidential, most confidential instructions. But how many can understand it in tattva? If someone can understand in tattva and practices it in his life, what I said, then his human life will be successful, he'll achieve supreme perfection. But how many can understand? He was thinking like that. Again, after Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga has come. Kali Yuga is the most degraded age, sinful age. Sinful activities are rampant here. All are engaged in sinful activities. The consciousness of the human beings have become very degraded, low consciousness. How can they understand what I have said in Tattva? Not possible at all. Then he thought, I have only said this thing. His most confidential instruction is Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta Madjaji Mang Namaskar. Mang Isyasi Satyam Thi Pratijani Priyosime. Sarvadharman Paritijya Mami Kam Saranam Brada. Antar Sapapebhya Mukhishyami Masucha. That is most confidential instruction. But it should be understood in Tattva. Last and most confidential, last instruction, inclusive instruction is Sarvadharman Paritijya Mami Kam Saranam Brada. Giving up all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. How to surrender? This is very easy to say, to surrender. But how to surrender? It is very difficult to surrender. Just thinking, I have said this thing theoretically, but I have not practically demonstrated how to surrender. So I have to go again. Go again. So he came again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Though he is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he came as a devotee. As a devotee. To teach us how to surrender unto Krishna. How to understand Krishna, how to surrender unto Krishna. Teach us that thing. He came. That is, we have this popular saying, example is better than precept. Krishna is thinking, I have theoretically speaking, I have not practically demonstrated how to surrender. So I have to go again. So he came again. Most munificent incarnation, Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayati. Krishna Chaitanya Namni Guru Tuise Nama. Srila Rupa Goswami offers this pranam mantra to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Most munificent incarnation gives freely, indiscriminately, Krishna Prem. Most munificent incarnation. Krishna doesn't give. When Krishna comes in his own swarup, he doesn't give Prem. Rakhya Lukaya, he keeps it hidden. Krishna gives any other thing, all other things he gives. Never gives such thing, Prem. But when he comes as Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he freely gives. Because without that love of Krishna, Prem, and cannot surrender at all. Impossible. Sikhaye saranagati bhagatir prana. The saranagati surrender is the life and soul of the devotee. Sikhaye saranagati bhagatir prana. Mahaprabhu, Srimad Mahaprabhu. He himself, practicing in his own life, he surrenders. How to surrender? Crying, chanting his holy name, is always crying, Rurudyamana. Hari Hari bolite nayanu bahe nira, Gauranga bolite hobe pulaka sarira, Hari Hari bolite nayanu bahe nira. Narottam Das Thakur has written such song. If we utter the name of Gauranga, our whole body will be enchanted. Ecstasy, full ecstasy. The hairs on the body will be erected. Tears will roll down from the eyes like torrential rain. The symptoms of ecstasy, praying. Why? By uttering the name of Gauranga, our whole body will be ecstatic, will feel something. Why? Hari Hari bolite nayanu baheni. He is Hari himself. But uttering name of Hari sheds tears. Nayanam galadasru dharaya, badanam gadgada rudhaya gira, kabo puloke nichiter bapu, oda tabo nama grahane bhavishyati. Isn't it, Maharaj? In Sikhastaka Mahaprabhu has taught this thing. When, by chanting your name, my whole body will be ecstatic, the hairs and body will be erected. The tears will roll down from my ears like torrential rain. When? Gadgada rudhayagira, my throat, my voice will be choked up. That part. When? This is question, symptom of praying. That is complete surrender. And Srimad Mahaprabhu was practically demonstrating, chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. You are shedding tears, Ka Krishna Nanda Kula Chandrama, Ka Mandra Murali Rava, Ka Rasa Rasa Tandavi. Yes, crying and saying like that when he sees Raya Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Goswami in front of him, because both of them were Lalita Sakhi and Visakha Sakhi in Krishna Leela. Raya Ramananda, Swarup Damodar Goswami. So in Gauranga Leela, they are in human male form. Raya Ramananda, Swarup Damodar Goswami. Radharani was crying, feeling pangs of separation from Krishna, uttering these things. Mahaprabhu was doing that. Ko Krishna Nanda Kula Chandrama, Ko Mandra Murali Rava, Ko Kala Kalankruti, Sikhi Kala Kalankruti, Ko Rasa Rasa Tandavi. Where is that Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, Ko Nanda Kula Chandrama? Where is that Krishna who plays so sweetly with his flute, Mandra Murali Rava? Ko Krishna Rasa Rasa Tandavi. Where is that Krishna who dances in the Ras dance with the gopis, Srimati Radharani? Kahan gale, kahan paung Brajendra Nandana? Keho mate betaibo? Sri Nanda Nandana. Where shall I go? Where shall I find the son of Nanda Maharaj? Can anybody help me in finding out that son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna? Crying and saying like that. This is practically is teaching us. Who can cry for Krishna? Who can think of Krishna? Every moment, Smarati Nityasaha. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that thing. Tasyam sulo partha nitya juktasya yogina. Huh? What is that verse? Anayana chintayantamang? No. Anayana chintayantamang. Ananya. Smaratimang nityasa. Tasyam sulo partha nitya juktasya yogina. Who is always thinking of Krishna. Nityasa. Every moment thinking of Krishna. Ananya cheta satatam. Joman smarati nityasa. Tasyam sulo partha nitya juktasya yogina. He says this thing. I am very easy for him. You understand? He will very easily get me. Ananya cheta satatam jomang smarati nityasa. What developed on a Lord devotion, his mind is completely absorbed in me. Every moment he thinks of me. Nityasa, every moment without deviation. Tasyam sulabha, and very easily obtained by him. Mahaprabhu was teaching that thing. How to think of Krishna always. How your mind will be completely absorbed in thought of Krishna. You understand? This question of love. This question of love. Unless you love Krishna, how can you think of him? How can you put him in your mind? Manmana bhava. He says, put me in your mind. Think of me. Drive out all other thoughts from your mind. Isn't it? That's Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. But as Mahaprabhu, he practically demonstrated how to do it. How to do it. So these words, this Bhagavad Gita is the words that have come out directly from the lips of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So it is known as Gita Upanishad. Upanishad, the topmost portion of the Vedas. And this Gita, Bhagavad Gita, is also one of the Upanishads. It is known as Gita Upanishad. That has come out directly from the lips of Supreme Lord. It is not different from Supreme Lord Krishna. His Bani, his words, and Krishna are not different. Is there any difference? So we must, as we pay obeisances to Krishna, as we offer our prayers to Krishna, similarly we pay obeisances to Bhagavad Gita. It's not different from Krishna, and also offer our prayers to Bhagavad Gita. Isn't it? That should be done, because it's not different from Krishna. Who has been sung in Gita? You read Gita? What's your name, Prabhu? Divyanga. Oh, divine limb of Krishna. He is Divyanga. Very nice name. That's all right. You read about Gita? Who is sung? Who has been sung in Gita? Krishna has been sung. Krishna has sung as how? In what way he has been sung there? What form he has been sung there? Do you know? Yes, Divyanga Prabhu. Don't you know? You are reading. Under the guidance of Guru. I think so. Then, how he has been sung? In what form he has been sung there? Pītaṁ jena jasudastanyam nītaṁ partha saratyam spītaṁ sadguna brundeir tadatra gītaṁ param tattvam. Maharaj, Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu has said like this. This quotation from Baladev Vidyabhushan in his Gita Bhushan Bhasya. Pītaṁ jena jasudastanyam nītaṁ partha saratyam Sphitam sadguna brundeir, tadatra gitam param tattam. One who has sucked to the breast of Mother Jasoda. One who had become charioteer of Partha in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. One who is completely full in all transcendental qualities. He has been sung in this Gita Shastra as supreme truth, Param Tattva. Do you understand? Divyanga Prabhu. Huh? Do you understand? Yes. Then we offer our prayers to Krishna, Govinda and Bhagavad Gita. Satyananta chintya sakte kapakhi sarvadhakye bhaktarakhyati dakhe Sri Govinde Vishwasargadikande Purnanande Nityamastang Matirme. Do you understand? Divyanga Prabhu. You understood? Can you speak in English? One who is supreme truth, one who is unlimited, ananta, one who has inconceivable potency, achintya sakti, one who is without second, aditya, no second is there. With this supreme personality of Godhead, supremely powerful, who is very expert in protecting his devotees, who is the creator. Do you understand? Who is completely full in bliss, Purnananda. Do you understand? It's Govinda. Let my mind be always in every moment fixed at the lotus feet of that Govinda. Let it not deviate from it. It's Manmanabhava. Isn't it, Maharaj? Ajnana niradhi rupeiti jaya visesam bhakti parapi bhajate pariposamucchai tattam parang spurati durgamang apyajasram sadgunya bhrut surachitang pranamami gitang. Now we offer our obeisances to Bhagavad Gita. Do you understand? It's not different from Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is such a grantha, shastra. Do you understand? If you can understand it without under the guidance of a bona fide guru, Vaishnava guru, then all your ignorance, ocean-like ignorance, will be dried up. Do you understand, Maharaj? Ignorance is like ocean, Ajnana Sagara. So that ocean-like ignorance will be dried up if you get the mercy of Bhagavad Gita. Do you understand? And by the mercy of Bhagavad Gita, you can also develop supreme bhakti, para bhakti. Do you understand? And thereby you will be able to understand that supreme truth, Param Tattva. Do you understand? So, this is the Gita Shastra. I pay my obeisances to such Gita Shastra. Let that Shastra shower his mercy unto me. Then I can. It is like ocean, unlimited ocean. This Gita Shastra is like unlimited ocean. I have no strength, I have no ability to enter into that ocean and go deeper and deepermost region and collect the invaluable Ratna there. Do you understand? The invaluable Ratna, one of the synonyms of Sagara is Ratnakara, Ratnagarbha. Isn't it, Maharaj? One of the synonyms of Sagara, ocean. In Amarkos you'll find known as Ratnakara, Ratnagarbha. It contains Ratna, invaluable gems, diamonds. Do you understand? Such Ratna it contains. And that is the deepermost region. If you go deepermost, then you will be able to collect it. Otherwise, if you float in the surface, how can you collect? Only you fetch peace. The people utilize the sagar for fetching peace. What it is meant for collecting that invaluable gems, diamonds, ratna. Do you understand? So when this Gita Shastra is like an unlimited ocean, so you should go deeper, deepermost region of that ocean and collect that invaluable gem, diamond, that is Krishna Prema. Prema Dhana. That should be collected. Do you understand? Such is Gita Shastra. Now, we'll see what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. All these words, is transcendental. And Gita, you'll find, is 700 verses. Everything is the essence, Sarvapanishad Gavo, you see. Dogdha Gopalanandana, Parthavascha, Sudhir Bhakta, Divyam Gita Mritam, Dugdham Gita Mritam, Mahat. Isn't it? Sarvapanishad Gavo, Dogdha Gopalanandana. Parthavascha, Sudhir Bhakta, Dugdham Gita Mritam, Mahat. This Gita-panishad, Bhagavad Gita, is the essence of all Upanishads. It is just like a cow. And Lord Krishna, who is the famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. And Arjuna is bascha, like calf. Without calf, the cow cannot be milked. Some learned scholars and pure devotees have to drink the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita. Do you understand? It gives you. It's a nectarian milk. You should drink it. Develop taste for it. Do you understand? This nectarian milk, so sweet, so nectarian. Is there any satiation to it? One who drinks nectar? No, give more, give more, give more. I'm not satisfied, I'm not satisfied. More nectar, isn't it? Divyanga Prabhu. You should develop such taste. Do you understand? The Gopala Nandana. This is the milkman. Krishna, who is famous as a cowherd boy, is milking and giving you. Do you understand? So, I said, when Krishna gives his most confidential instruction, first he begins manmana. First he speaks about mind. Mind is most important thing. Do you understand? Mind is most important. First begins with this mind. Manmana bhava. Think of me. Put me in your mind. Do you understand? Drive out all other thoughts from your mind. Keep me. I first thought, who can do this thing? Only he can do this thing who has developed love for Krishna. Only he can incessantly, in every moment, think of Krishna. Otherwise, no possibility. Mind is very wicked fellow, dustamana. Wicked, stupid mind, stubborn mind, disobedient mind, very strong mind. Isn't it? Chanchalahi mana Krishna pramathi balabata dridham tasyam nigraham manye vayuriva suduskaram. Isn't it, Maharaj? Arjuna, the great warrior, not an ordinary person, great warrior. Do you understand? Unlimited strength he has. He said it is impossible, completely impossible to control this stubborn mind, fleeting mind, strong mind, disobedient mind. Chanchala imana Krishna. Pramathi balavat dudham. Quite impossible. Tasyam nigroh manye vayori vaduskaram. If you try to check the blowing of the wind, can you do it? It's impossible. So it is impossible. Such mind. And you are saying to control this mind. and fix this mind unto you. It's quite impossible. How can I do it? Do you understand? This is what Manmana Bhava. Let us, in the 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, many verses are that, they are about mind. So, this is one verse, text 5. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Recite. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Natmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva hi atmana bandhur. Atmaiva ripuratmana. Krishna says this thing. Uddharet atmanat atmanam natmanam avasadait atmaiva atma bandhur atmaiva ripuratma. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind. Do you understand? Divyanga Prabhu. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind. He says this thing. The mind is so important thing. And not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Mind is the friend as well as his enemy. How is it? Both simultaneously. Can you say, Divyanga Prabhu, how this mind is friend as well as foe? Yeah. Next verse says, Bandhuratman atmanapasya jenatmaivatmana jita anatmanastu satrute bhartetatmaiva satruvat. Isn't it, Maharaj? Next verse says, which mind is your friend and which mind is your enemy? That says, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. Do you understand? But for one who has not conquered his mind, failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. Do you understand? If you can conquer your mind, then that mind is friend. If you cannot conquer your mind, if you will be conquered by the mind, then that mind is your enemy. Do you understand? In purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the word Atma denotes body, mind and soul, depending upon different circumstances. In the yoga system, the mind and the conditioned soul are especially important. Since the mind is the central point of yoga practice, Atma refers here to the mind. The purpose of the yoga system is to control the mind and draw it away from attachment of sense objects. It is stressed herein that the mind must be so trained that it can deliver the conditioned soul from the maya of nascence. Do you understand? That is yoga. What is yoga? Divyanga Prabhu, what is yoga? Training of the mind is yoga. Isn't it, Maharaj? Training of the mind. What is the training? Attach it to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the training. Without deviation. That is training. That is yoga. Do you understand? Manmana Bhava. In material existence, one is subjected to the influence of the mind and the senses. In fact, the pure soul is entangled in the material world because the mind is involved with the false ego, which desires to lord it over material nature. Therefore, the mind should be trained so that it will not be attracted by the glitter of the material nature, and in this way the conditioned soul may be saved. One should not degrade oneself by attraction to sense objects. The more one is attracted by sense objects, the more he becomes entangled in material existence. The best way to disentangle oneself is to always engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. Think of him every moment. Do you understand? Mahaprabhu said the same thing. Aharnisa bala Krishna. Aharnisa chinta Krishna. bolo ho bodoni. Oharni sachinta Krishna. Bolo ho bodoni. Ki soyane, ki jagane, ki bhojane. Do you understand me? Divyanga Prabhu. Mahaprabhu says the same thing. Aharnisa. Both day and night, 24 hours. Do you understand? 24 hours, day and night, think of Krishna. Utter the name of Krishna. In all conditions, waking condition, sleeping condition, while you are taking food, don't forget Krishna. Mahaprabhu, যদি আমার প্রতি স্নেহ থাকে সবাকার কৃষ্ণ ব্যতিরিক্ত না গাইবে আর Do you understand the Divyanga Prabhu? Mahaprabhu said, if you really love me, you love Krishna, you love Mahaprabhu. Divyanga Prabhu. He said, যদি আমার প্রতি স্নেহ থাকে সবাকার কৃষ্ণ ব্যতিরিক্ত না গাইবে আর Do you understand, Maharaj? Mahaprabhu said, if you really love me, you must love my words. Isn't it? So I say this thing, Krishna Bhatirakta Nagaiva. Don't utter any name but Krishna. That's Mahaprabhu says. Do you understand? Krishna Bhatirakta Nagaiva. Don't utter any name. Don't chant any name but Krishna. If you really love me, do you understand? That Mahaprabhu says the same thing. So he says, the best way to disentangle oneself, to always engage the mind in Krishna consciousness. This is the training of the mind. The word he is used for emphasizing this point. That is, one must do this. It is also said in Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Mana eva manusyanam karanam bandhamukhyo bandhayo visayasango mukthei nirvisayam manaha. Prabhupada Maharaj quoted this verse. For man, mind is the cause of bondage and mind is the cause of liberation. Do you understand? Mind is the cause of bondage and mind is the cause of liberation. If you can fix your mind, train your mind in such a way that your mind is completely absorbed in the thought of Krishna, attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, always thinking of Krishna, without deviation, then that is the cause of liberation. If you can't do so, mind is hovering, and sense objects of sense enjoyment, then it's cause of bondage, isn't it? Mana eva manusyanam karanam bandhamukkhyo bandhayo visayasango muktei nirvisayam manaha. And mind detached from sense objects is the cause of liberation. Mind absorbed in sense objects is the cause of bondage. Mind detached from sense objects is the cause of liberation. Do you understand? Therefore, the mind which is always engaged in Krishna consciousness is the cause of supreme liberation. Do you understand? Mind is the most important thing. Therefore, Krishna says this thing in his most confidential instruction, manmana bhava. Do you understand how to do it? I say, this Bhagavad Gita, which contains 700 verses, is the essence of all Vedas, Upanishads. Do you understand? And everything, the essence of all Vedic teaching, Upanishads, has been said here in a precise manner. Do you understand? Precisely. Precisely. And the same thing has been taught or said in Srimad Bhagavatam elaborately. Elaborately. Do you understand? Same thing is said in Srimad Bhagavatam elaborately. Do you understand? Also you'll find in Srimad Bhagavatam many things have been said about this mind. How to control the mind. How to attach your mind, fix your mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. Do you understand? Mind is so stupid. Dushta mana. Mana tumi bada dushta. Do you understand? And many sadhu, mahajanas, acharyas, they have written Manasikya. Do you understand? Teaching to the mind. Manasikya. Raghunath Das Goswami has written very nice verses on Manasikya, isn't it? Teaching to the mind. And also Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written many poems, many songs, Manasikya, teaching to the mind. This is the most important thing. Do you understand? In fifth canto Srimad Bhagavatam also you'll find Satyam Uktam Kintu Yaho Vayeki na Manasodha Visrambangana Vasthanasya Sathakirato Iva Sangatante. Do you understand the Banga Prabhu? Fifth canto, fifth, 5, 6, second verse says, Sukadeva Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj. Do you understand? As a hunter goes to the forest, catches some wild animals. Do you understand? He catches some wild animals, brings them, and puts them in an enclosure, a strong enclosure. But he never puts reliance on them. Do you understand? Because they are wild animals. So mind is like such a wild animal. Do you understand? It's like wild animal, wild. Stupid mind. Dustamana. He never puts reliance on those wild animals. Because if they get some opportunity, they will flee away, run away from that enclosure. So he always puts his keen eye on that wild animals. Do you understand? Similarly, those who are very eager and serious to make advancement in this path of devotional life, do you understand? In spiritual life, they should keep their keen eye on this wicked mind. What this wicked mind is doing and thinking, they should keep their keen eye on. Don't put reliance on this wicked mind. Do you understand? If you rely on this wicked mind, you will be degraded. You cannot make any advancement in your spiritual path of devotional life. Do you understand? Service. Also that chapter, 5th canto, 6th chapter also says, and 3rd verse says, how? You see, even Lord Shiva, what to speak of others, Lord Shiva, do you understand? The great yogi, Mahayogi, a great yogi, do you understand? He's very self-controlled. Do you understand? Who could burn Cupid? Do you understand? Who could burn Cupid? Do you understand? Such Mahayogi Shiva, he felt. That he says. Na kurjat karichid sakhyam manasihi anavastite jad visrambhat chirachirnam saskanda tapaiswaram. Sukadeva Goswami says this thing. Do you understand? Parikshit Maharaj. Do you understand? All Mahajanas, sadhus, they have said like this. This mind is very, very fleeting, chanchala. That is said in Gita. This verse also says, so one should not keep friendship with this stupid, fleeting mind. Do you understand? Don't keep friendship with it. Do you understand? Don't put reliance on it. At any moment, this fleeting, stupid mind will cheat you. You should understand this thing. Divyanga Prabhu. Do you understand? Example is here. Even Shivaji, such great yogi, Mahayogi, do you understand? Was controlled, was exercised so much control over his senses. Do you understand? Still when he saw the Mohini form of the Lord, do you understand? His mind agitated. Isn't Maharaj? His mind agitated. You see? His mind agitated. He couldn't control at that time. His mind, he put reliance on his wicked mind. Therefore, his mind agitated. Seeing the Mohini form of the Supreme Lord, he discharged semen. Such a agitation was there. Even Saubhari Muni, great yogi, thousands of years, he underwent such severe austerity penance. Do you understand? Yoga practice. Still, he fell down. Do you understand? Such is mind. Putting reliance on this wicked mind. That is result. Do you understand? So how to control? This question is there. And also she said, Kama manyur madalobho sokamoho bhayadayah karma bandhasya janamula svikurjat konu tad buddha. That fifth verse of that chapter says this thing. Kama manyur madalobha sokamoho bhayadayah karma bandhasya janamula svikurjat konu tad buddha. Kama means lust, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha. What you say? Moha? Delusion. Delusion. And mada, pride, shoka, lamentation, bhaya, fear. Do you understand? This uncontrolled mind is the cause of all these things. Do you understand? The uncontrolled mind is the cause of all these things. Lust, greed, anger, delusion, pride, lamentation, fear is the cause of all these things. Do you understand? So it puts you in the bondage, this uncontrolled mind. So it is such uncontrolled, such stupid mind, how will it be that a real wise man put his reliance on it? Do you understand? Divyanga Prabhu. How to control such mind? This is a question. How to control it? How can you control this mind? Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahajan, you know? Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahajan, he has also said in Gopinath song, very nice song he has written. Gopinath. Gopinath manoje pagal moro na mane sasan. Isn't Maharaj? Gopinath manoje pagal moro na mane sasan. Oh Gopinath, my mind is pagal, mad mind. Do you understand? I tried my best to exercise control over that mad, stupid mind. I failed. Haroje menechi ami. He admitted his defeat. Do you understand, Maharaj? Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahajan, he says that. Do you understand? Tumi Rishikesh Damya Taro he Sanskruti Gore. Oh Gopinath, you are Rishikesh. You are the master. You are the controller of the senses and mind. You please take charge of my stupid mind. I have admitted my defeat. I admit my defeat. I failed to exercise control over this stupid mind. Pagal, mad mind, stupid mind. I admit my defeat. So at last he prayed to Gopinath, Tumi Hrishikesha Hrishikodomya Taraho Sanskruti Gore. You are Hrishikesh. Oh Gopinath, you are the master of the mind, controller of this stupid mind and senses. Please take charge of this mind. Control it. And please deliver me from the influence of this stupid mind. Do you understand? So here also in that 5th canto, 11th chapter, 17th verse you'll find given here how to control your mind. Exercise control over it. Bhratrubhyam enam tad adabhravirjam upekhyadhe dhitam apramatha gurur harisaranopasanastro jahi belikam swayam atmamosham. Do you understand the Banga Prabhu? And this is the most important verse. How to control. Bhratrubhyam enam tad adabhravirjam upekhyadhe dhitam apramatta gurur harisaranopasanastram jahi belikam swayam atmamosham. Gita says, your uncontrolled mind is your enemy. Controlled mind is your friend. This verse also says the same thing. Uncontrolled mind is your great enemy. If you can't control, if you don't control this uncontrolled mind, if you give him some leniency, some opportunity, he'll become stronger and capture you. You cannot free yourself from his grip. Do you understand? If you give some leniency, some little leniency to this stupid mind, do you understand? So stupid mind, stubborn mind, little leniency, he'll grab you. He'll become stronger and stronger and stronger. Don't give any leniency. Beat that wicked mind every time. Beat it. Beating, beating, beating. Do you understand the Vyanga Prabhu? It says, Bhakti Siddhanta, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj says, you should beat that wicked mind. Getting up early in the morning, beat that mind 100 times with the broomstick. You understand? Then, before going to bed, retiring to bed at night, again beat that wicked mind 100 times with their shoes. Beating is required. Because such a stupid mind. It needs beating. Wild animal, it's slap. And it's all right. It's wild mind, stupid mind needs beating. What is that beating? Do you understand? Do you know what is that beating? How to beat? Yes, chanting Hare Krishna is beating to the mind. Yes, that is it. So don't give any leniency to this wicked mind. Do you understand? Don't give any leniency. That is slight leniency. If you give, then it will capture you. It will become master on you and make you its slave. Do you understand? Yeah. He'll come out victorious. You will be defeated. You will be defeated. Huh? But it is not a fact. In fact, mind is the servant. You are the master. Huh? Indriyabho paro manaha. Manasata para buddhi. Ja buddhetu parata saha. Bhagavad Gita says. Huh? Mind is spiritual senses, is known as 11th senses, Ekadasa Indriya. Do you understand? So, superior mind is intelligence, para buddhi. So, superior to intelligence is you, the soul, Atma. Do you understand? So, you are the master of the mind. Mind is your subordinate. But, if you fail to exercise control of your mind, cannot control your mind, the mind becomes your master and makes you its slave. Do you understand? If you give little leniency, very little leniency, oh yes, all right, that we have given such thing. Do you understand? Guru has given this. Here, let me say, then I'll say. What is that? Guror Hares Saranopasanastra Jahi Verikam Swing Atma Mosham. Do you understand? This is the weapon, astra. Guror Hares Saranopasanastra. Do you understand? Hari Guru Saranopasanastra. Taking shelter at the lotus feet of Hari Guru. That is the weapon. Do you understand? That is the weapon to control this wicked mind. Do you understand? Then you will be able, if you utilize, apply that weapon, Hari Guru Saranopasanastra, then you will come out victorious. What is that weapon? What Guru has said, very strictly follow. As it is, don't twist it. Don't add any of your deliberation to the direction, instruction of Guru. Just as it is, you follow. Very strictly follow what Guru has said. Do you understand? That is astra. That will act like weapon to exercise control over this stupid mind. Do you understand? Guru has said, given you chant 16 rounds Hare Krishna mantra daily. Do you understand? The Guru of my Guru, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, he has said, chant 1 lakh of names, 64 rounds. It's very strict. So my Guru says, you cannot become the disciple of my Guru because he's so strict, isn't it? You cannot chant 16 rounds. My Guru is so liberal, he made it 1/4. He made it 1/4. 64 rounds or 16 rounds. He made it 1/4. So liberal, so merciful. But he still fell to chant 16 rounds. He fell, many fell. Isn't Maharaj? Isn't Maharaj? This is fact. Everybody falls. Can't chant 16 rounds. Huh? So, how can you control your weakened mind? The weakened mind prompts you, oh yes, it's so late today. I feel so sleepy. Let us sleep today. I'm so tired. So, tomorrow I will compensate. It's prompting of weakened mind. You give leniency to it. Oh yes, tomorrow. Then he becomes powerful, stronger now. He grabs you, all right. The next day, the same thing. That, oh yes, tomorrow. Oh yes, tomorrow. Then he becomes stronger. Small letter. Leniency says, don't give any leniency to this wicked mind. He'll become stronger and grab you. You'll become a slave. And this thing going on, isn't it, Raghunath Bhatto? Slave of the wicked mind. The wicked mind prompts this thing. So first thing, don't listen to the promptings of the wicked mind. Do you understand? Wicked mind prompts so many things. Oh yes, let us, I'm very tired today, so late at night, let's go and sleep. Tomorrow we'll see you. Then you listen to the prompting of this wicked mind. You give leniency to it. So first weapon is don't listen to the prompting of the wicked mind. Do you understand? Be strong enough. No! Oh wicked mind, I won't listen to you. Get out here. What I say, you have to listen. I am not there to listen to you. Do you understand? Yes, because you are the master. That is it. Control mind is good servant. Uncontrolled mind is bad master. Is bad master. So you have to become a Goswami, not Godas. So we are giving such training here. How to control your mind and become a Goswami. But you are becoming Godas. Sorry state of affairs, Raghunath Bhatt. Sorry state of affairs. Instead of becoming Goswami, is becoming Godas Maharaj. Huh? Instead of becoming Goswami, is becoming Godas. Such unfortunate situation. Sorry state of affairs. You see. So this is the weapon. Do you understand? This weapon has been given to you, but you are not utilizing this weapon. And you are captured by your wicked mind, giving him leniency. Now he has become stronger. And you are defeated now. He is victorious, you are defeated. Don't do it. Don't become slave to your wicked mind. Godas, become Goswami. Do you understand? Then you will follow, you can understand, and you can practice what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, his most confidential instruction. Then you will be able to surrender. Otherwise, how will you surrender? No question at all. Do you understand? That is what needed. All right, any question? Thank you. Yeah?
Many devotees have spiritual masters initiated by Prabhupada, no longer present on the planet. How does one take guidance from Prabhupada or spiritual master who's no longer physically present?
Yes, he's a fool. He's a fool who thinks so. Huh? He's not, my spiritual master is not here, he's dead, he's gone. Huh? He's a fool. He's always there. He's always there to slap you, to catch hold of your ear and slap you, rascal, Godas. Huh? Becoming Godas instead of becoming Goswami. Stupid fellow, rascal, slap. That is, Guru has that weapon. Do you understand? Yes. This wicked mind always wants higher command. Otherwise, he will not be controlled. Higher command of Guru, Hari Guru. Do you understand? How can you control a wicked mind? That is there always. Do you understand? You are such a fool, you think so? Huh? The Guru is gone, dead, gone. He is not physically present. Huh? Physically present. Baba, you see, how is that? A vision to see, how is that? Huh? Krishna, they say, oh, Krishna came 5,000 years ago. He died. He is no longer now, isn't it? Similarly, you say, huh? Isn't Maharaj? The fool says so, rascal says so. Huh? My Guru is dead, gone. He is not physically present here. Such rascal is going on. It's rascal. They need slapping. Do you understand? They need slapping. Yes, Guru will slap you. He is there. Yes. Do you understand? He is there. Yes. But you have no faith in your Guru. No faith in his words, in his directions. You are so stupid. You are not strictly following his instructions, his directions. Do you understand? That is astra, weapon, Hari Guru Charanam Pasana. And if strictly following, you have unflinching faith in the words, Shraddha. This question of Shraddha. Unflinching faith. But you have no faith. And you'll find the presence of your Guru. You'll see him. Yes, he'll give you darshan. He'll slap you. Yes, Guru Karnadhara. He has a right. Guru Karnadhara. Sishya teham sadhimang pham prapannam. Sishya means under discipline. He has the right to exercise discipline on you. Do you understand? Inflict discipline on you. Nobody has such right. Do you understand? He's always there to exercise, to inflict discipline on you. Karnadhara, to catch hold of your ear and slap you. Guru Karnadhara. Janme. Life after life, why not in this life, Maharaj? Chakshudan dila jai, janme Prabhu say. Isn't it, Maharaj? Who has opened my eye, through which I can see the all beautiful Krishna, with my eye opener. He is my master life after life, but he is not in this life. He has gone. He is not physically present. What do you say, Maharaj? Rascals say so. They are rascals. Pagal. Mad fellow. Such rascaldom. Do you understand? Yes.
Very popular understanding that someone who's may have had a spiritual master who they have mediated somehow or another, that now I don't need a guru, I have Prabhupada.
What do you say?
So many devotees think like I'm connected to Prabhupada directly.
Yes. You are connected to Prabhupada directly.
But they took initiation from disciple of Prabhupada before it was maybe not following this, deviating the path. So some devotees, they think, develop this mentality, and then they think I have a direct link.
He is in the grip of his wicked mind. So his wicked mind prompts this thing. So he says this thing. He listens to the prompting of his wicked mind. Yes. So he says this thing. He's speculating. Speculating. Listening to the promptings of his wicked mind. So he says so. No sadhu has said, no guru has said, no shastra has said. Sadhu, guru, shastra. They have not said, but your wicked mind is saying this thing, and you are listening to it. Isn't it, Maharaj? They are listening to the prompting of your wicked mind. So how can you control your mind? Then so, my guru is not present here. He is not physically present. He is gone. I am directly linked. Why I am directly linked with Krishna? Isn't it? I am directly linked with Krishna. Yes, finish. Why? Why are you saying that I'm directly linked with Prabhupada? I'm directly linked with Krishna. Oh Gopinath, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you are Hrishikesh. Tumi Hrishikesh ho, Hrishikadamiya taro ho. You are Hrishikesh. You are master, controller of the mind and senses. Please take charge of my good mind. I'm directly linked with Hrishikesh, with Gopinath. Best. No need. But Gopinath says, Hrishikesh say, what? Huh? What he says? Guru Pada Srayo Dikhya. Do you understand? Guru Rupe Krishna Krupa Koren Bhakta Jani. Huh? Huh? Guru Rupe Krishna Krupa Koren Bhakta Jani. Huh? Guru Antarjami Rupe Sikhaya Apani. Huh? What Krishna says, what Gopinath says. Huh? You should understand this thing. Who will teach you? In the form of Guru. Krishna showers his mercy on the devotee. Isn't Maharaj? So, I am directly linked with Krishna. Best. No Guru. Best. How can I get his mercy? Huh? Krishna যদি কৃপা করেন কোন ভাগ্যবানে গুরু অন্তর্যামী রূপে শিখায় আপনে. Isn't Maharaj? If someone is fortunate, huh, gets the mercy of Krishna, then he accepts a bona fide guru, who is bona fide representative of Krishna, and Krishna imparts, what is this? Tattva Gyan, do you understand? Which is his mercy in the form of Guru. Do you understand? Guru Antarjami Rupe Sikhai. Who is Antarjami? Who is Chaitya Guru? Huh? Guru is the manifestation of Paramatma. Jamavevisra bunte tena labhyas tasya vibrunte tanuswang namatma pravachane labhya na medhaya na bahuna srutena. Jamavevisra bunte tena labhyas tasya atma vibrunte tanuswang. Kathopanishad says. Do you understand? Who is there as Chaitya Guru? Supersonal in your heart, he appears. Do you understand? Assuming a body as Guru. So, I am directly linked. What is that nonsense? Huh? This is teaching of all Gurus, all Acharyas. But you are listening to the prompting of your wicked mind, so you are thinking like this. Do you understand? This is the prompting of wicked mind. So you need slapping. Now I am no Guru. Nobody will slap me now. Huh? Nobody will slap me now. I am my Guru. I am my Guru. Isn't it? Maharaj, I have become my Guru. Best. Finished. Do you understand? So, at a time of giving. It's now.
Oh, it's 3 minutes to
9. So, now give rest to the deities. Thank you.
9.